What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Game On Improve Your Health podcast. Tonight's podcast episode journey is being guided by none other than your host, Austin J, or hallucinodream if you know him from the gaming community, and his lovely wife, Christina, or the Warden, if you know her from the gaming community. And tonight's episode topic is overcoming obstacles. Thank you for listening and enjoy the episode. Awesome.
That was really exciting.
That was as exciting as it gets. Tonight's episode is on overcoming obstacles. We've briefed over stuff like this sort of, not particularly exactly overcoming obstacles, but we've touched on this in a lot of our episodes, but it's particularly important because this is where people get into trouble with their routines and get discouraged and, possibly stop their routines, whether it is, fitness related or nutrition related. So we're going to go over some tips and tricks, what we do, and stuff and things. We're basically just going to chit chat this one. We're going to let Christina take this off though, because this topic was her idea. Yeah.
Totally. All right. I was feeling a lot of that this week. I was feeling like it was really hard to that was
the chair. That was the chair still. You're gonna hear a lot of the tooting chair, by the way.
But yeah, I just felt like I had a really just like long and stressful week this week. I just have been dealing with a lot of stuff at work, and I was finding it really hard to stay motivated and do my workouts. And, as many people know, women go through a lot. Not that I'm sure men don't, but obviously it's more talked about that women go through a lot of hormonal changes during specific times of the month. And so that can also really impact a person's wantingness or
motivation.
They're
wanting this.
Wantingness. Just made that
up. It's not Motivation Monday anymore. It's Wanting This Wednesday. Hey, Wanting This Wednesday.
So it can really affect your motivation, your self-esteem, and can just really impact whether you actually stay on your routine or not. And so I pretty much all week did not want to work out, like, at all. And I just pushed it out and I just made it a priority. And I didn't go as hard as I normally do, so I just kind of modified some things, but I tried to stay active most days still throughout the week.
Yeah, I will say that modifying it is definitely beneficial. Some people who start losing motivation might still try to push themselves as hard as they usually do, and maybe that's not the best move, because then you will really get burned out, and then motivation will be, especially if you do end up getting burned out, because if your lack of motivation, you're probably slightly fatigued in some sort of way, more than likely mentally, and if you get more fatigued and you burn yourself out, you are just going to, basically regress. Right, so taking it a little easier, you're still doing activity, right? You can even just go for a walk. I mean, literally walking is so beneficial, and people overlook it often because it's just walking, right? So I think modifying is definitely a great tip that you should, enlightening up, the workload that you're going to put on yourself, whether it's, really that's fitness. You can't really lighten the workload on nutrition. Because,
so like for me, I just tried to and there were, I think, a couple of days this week where I didn't work out, and I just didn't feel good. Like, I just felt like I was, more stressed than normal, and I know that a lot of it is resulting from these hormonal changes as well. So it's just kind of like a combination of work and hormonal changes. And I just didn't feel good. I didn't feel like if I went to work out, I wasn't going to be productive. And I've been working out long enough to know when my body needs just rest. And so don't be afraid to take those days for yourself. And coming from personal experience where I have been afraid to take those days because I do worry that then it's going to be really hard for me to start again. But then like going back in and modifying, so then like taking a day off and then not, or even 2 days off and then going right back into a workout that I would normally do might not be the best choice, especially for me this week. So I decided to maybe take a day off, and then I did a lighter workout. So like I just wasn't feeling like heavy cardio this week. Like I just didn't feel good. And so instead of doing my routine that makes my heart rate really elevate, then I decided to do like lighter weights to still keep my body active, but it just made me feel better and I still felt productive. So don't be afraid to take rest days, and then just remember to modify your routine. And I think that just comes from time, like by just listening and learning your body. But then consult somebody if you don't know it enough about yourself yet. That would be my
listening
tip.
to your body. We've said this in a couple episodes as well. Listening to your body is crucial. Because if you don't, again, you'll get burned out, right?
Yeah.
Or you can get sick, because if you push your body too hard, your immune system and your central nervous system will start getting hammered, and you just don't want that. So modifying is very important. I'm in the same boat. That's one of my obstacles. I have a couple actually right now, but that's one of my obstacles, is that my motivation is a little less and my main obstacle is because I am with the baby all day, and this week she's going through changes too, and she's been tired, and generally I would try to, I didn't even try this week, which might have been my fault. She could have been okay, but I generally don't like to pack everything up, drive somewhere, try to go run, and then, her just get so upset and crazy and, acting like a crazy child that I literally have to turn around. That kind of, to me, feels like it's going to be a waste of time, even though I can't predict the future. I can't determine that. But so I don't even risk it, really. So my toughest thing is, with the baby, trying to figure out when I can run, how I can do my long runs. And she generally will last 35, 40 minutes or so and be fine, but it's a stretch to push after that. So if I want to do an hour-long run, it might be a risk, right? And because she's going through stuff. So that's one of my obstacles. And then another thing is we have weights and stuff in the house, but it's not as much as I would like to use in like a gym setting. Now, I have been modifying, and I have resistance bands. I have a whole program, if anybody's interested, that's still going on. You can message me on anywhere on One Punch or my personal, which is in the description. It's an at-home 90-day resistance band. I've been doing those workouts too and modifying them and slowing up reps, making it harder. So a couple things you can do is, if you have a weight, let's say you only have 5 pounds, you can slow your reps down periodically. And just do, 6 to 8 second, reps. 6 to 8 seconds up, 6 to 8 seconds down. I'm just going to say up and down and make it very easy for people. And it'll feel like it weighs a lot more because you're going so slow, right? So that's modifying something I've done this past couple weeks as well, because our baby is, going through stuff, right? She's growing, she's tired, she's going through things, and
she's getting her little canine teeth.
All the vampire teeth are coming right in, and the resistance bands I can carry around anywhere and do. So I let her.
She even likes to use them.
She likes to work out. Yeah, that's one of the benefits of having the weights in the house too, is that she likes to watch and learn and do the workouts. When I do core, she literally gets down and starts doing crunches and stuff too. It is hilarious, but it's also awesome because maybe she'll be inspired to do it herself. I'll never make her do any of that, but if she wants to, she can, right?
Yeah.
So,
and I think that's one of like the biggest motivators for us is to help build the foundation for her. And so I think it's important, and we've said this in so many episodes already, but when you are starting to get a lack of motivation, just like remember your core goals. And so for like, and try to make at least one of those goals just like not physical related. Like, of course, I want to look a certain way. I want to be a certain size or a weight goal. But I like to feel good, and I like to make sure that we set these building blocks for our daughter and any of our other future children, that it's just ingrained in their life. And so I don't like for her to see us just sit around all the time. Like, I like when she is witnessing and around us working out, or doing some sort of physical activity, because it's just going to be ingrained in her.
Yeah, so, and that's why I like the resistance bands. It's one of the benefits to those. And the resistance bands go up to a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm. And they're safe for her to be around. Like, she's
correct,
not going to drop a 40-pound weight on her foot.
That's right. But we sit up there. Sometimes I just bring the resistance bands into the living room and we watch TV. And if she wants to join me, she absolutely can. Mm-hmm. But at least while she's watching TV, she can see that I sometimes I do just sit there with her. The other day we watched Aladdin, and it was great. We love it. And
yeah, they've been watching like Disney movies all
Disney
week.
is the greatest thing, and I haven't watched them since I was a wee lad. So now I actually can highly recommend it. Anyways, off topic. So outside of that, she can see that I am doing some workouts. Not that she knows that they're workouts, but I am doing workouts while she's watching TV and while I'm watching TV with her.
Yeah.
So that is one of the big benefits, because I do, whether she wants to in the future or not, I would like her to start doing Spartan races when she's old enough, so she can join me. I think that would be awesome. And just understanding the benefits of working out when she's old enough to understand. Obviously, working out and doing our walking routine, which we haven't been on in the past couple of weeks, but I did actually the other day, and it was very nice. She fell asleep. And all of that. The running thing is going to be, I think, a little harder, because she can see working out and she can handle it, and we can do it in spurts, but because I probably can. This is where modifying would come in more into play. If I would just modify, I could take her out and do a run, and I could do that a couple different times. But it's all about timing, and I don't think she would understand running as much as she does seeing all the weights and the workouts.
Yeah,
right?
But I just think that it's just immersing her in the lifestyle. So
no, I think I need to start doing that.
Yeah.
This is one of the obstacles I need to overcome.
I think it's a very it's just a mental obstacle.
See, I don't like to bring her out. It is all mental. I don't like to bring her out and then her get upset. I don't like her getting upset. I don't like her going crazy. I don't like to have to, again, I don't like to pack up everything. And then, for those who have kids, you know what I'm talking about. Even if you only have one kid, you feel like you're packing for 2 weeks of vacation for 4 people.
Yeah.
And then you pack all that up, and then you take her out of the car, get ready, you walk 5 minutes, now you're in the middle of nowhere.
Most of the time, she's fine in the mornings. Like, mornings are your best bet.
Correct.
Yeah. So.
Another obstacle is getting up.
Yeah.
Well, so besides that, another one of my obstacles is... Anyway, so those are some things we do, right? Some things we need to work on. Now, why are we telling you what we need to work on? It's because we want you... Everybody should really be honest with themselves, right? And be able to be okay with the fact that you have obstacles that you want to overcome, right? And you want to move forward. So another thing I'm really struggling with is actually caffeine. Actually, I just cut the sugar. I did pretty good with that. I have been reducing the fact that I really want cake that much. Like, I really haven't been craving cake. I don't even know how to kick that habit.
It
just
comes
recently.
in waves.
I guess it does, but I don't really care for cake very much right now, and chocolatey sweets and stuff. Do I like chocolate? Well, I've been buying it's been 100% chocolate, 100% cocoa, and it is tough to eat. But that does curb my need for curbs it too, for chocolate. And I feel like that was a step in the right direction. So, with that, I've been struggling with caffeine. That comes in waves too.
How many day energy drink free are you?
Quite a few days.
Nice.
It's been at least a
I'm gonna get you a little calendar.
week. I know I need a calendar just to write down. Anyways, so I've been drinking several cups of coffee. Now I think we have an espresso machine or whatever it is, and it wasn't really working properly. I think I was drinking so many cups of coffee because I don't think it was as strong.
Because it wasn't.
Because it was just pushing out suds. So, but it would work sometimes.
Foam.
So yes, suds, foam, whatever. But it would work sometimes.
Yeah.
So sometimes I would drink the coffee. I'd be like, oh, okay, this is good. And then sometimes I would not get anything, and I'd just be like, well, I don't feel like I even drank coffee, right? So I feel like that was a factor. But what I've been doing is grabbing, and I do drink quite a bit of water throughout the day, but I've been grabbing seltzer water, 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 artificial. Basically, it's just water, and it's essenced. Whatever that means. It doesn't have any extra ingredients inside of it. And when I crave a cup of coffee, I just grab one of those waters instead. I don't know. So the carbonation, the carbonated water, and just the little bit of taste, which I drink black coffee anyway, that has been helping me not choose to drink coffee. And it's been working.
Yeah.
For this week, I think, is when I started doing it.
Yeah, this past week.
And
maybe even 2 weeks. You've been trying.
Yesterday, I will admit, I did fall behind and I drank 4 cups of coffee. I feel like I was definitely tired. That's one of those things where you can, when you know your body, you know your body. Now, we're going to do a whole thing. That was the chair, by the way. We're going to do a whole thing on caffeine. That's one of the ones I want to do. I've been wanting to do for a while, but that probably negatively affected me last night anyways, because I drank caffeine later in the afternoon so that I could run. I don't even like running in the afternoon anymore, and half the reason is because I get tired, and I don't really like to run fatigued. It kind of defeats. And when I get physically fatigued, my mind starts fatiguing as well. So when I'm out there running on the roads, which if you've listened to the podcast, I hate. I feel like my mental state just deteriorates incredibly fast.
It's a poopy pants attitude.
I have the poopiest pants just attitude. But so I drank that, and if you don't know, it's an 8-hour half-life on caffeine. It keeps you up. Even if you fall asleep, which is what I do, you're not really gonna hit a deep sleep until that caffeine really gets out of your body, which is not gonna happen until late. So.
Also, a thing that you've done to help you is he'll drink decaf coffee.
Decaf coffee it has the smallest of extent.
It does have a very small.
It's literally like a non-alcoholic beer where the content is just so small it doesn't even really matter. Yeah. So I do have decaf coffee, and decaf coffee is good. You still get all the benefits of coffee, just not the benefits of the caffeine, which is half the reason why I drink the coffee as well. So it's a twofer. And it really does trick my mind into that's something you would just have to learn for yourself. Obviously, that's anecdotal for me. Where if I drink decaf coffee, do I know I'm drinking it and not getting caffeine? Absolutely, but it's more of a mental hurdle I'm getting over. Right, which is where most of the habits come from, is from the mental state. Right.
Yeah, so that's helped you. So, like, in the afternoon when he's, like, feeling like he really could crave, like, when he's, like, craving, like, a coffee or an energy drink or something, there have been times when he'll just do, like, a decaf coffee. And I get that way more in, like, the winter and fall. For some, like, I'll, like, want to drink coffee all day long. So then, like, I'll have at max 2 cups, and then I'll switch to decaf just so I can keep drinking it.
Probably something to do with the lack of sun in those seasons.
Could be. and then it's like colder. I don't know. I just like always have like the urge to drink coffee all day more. But I think what helped my coffee addiction is I used to drink way more before I got pregnant, and then obviously when you're pregnant you can't drink that much coffee, so I was drinking like half calf.
She's not
so
saying get pregnant.
Probably just get pregnant.
Yeah,
is what
it's
I'm
not
saying.
what she's saying.
But no, it just like for me, I just had to like do it, and so then like for me, I didn't have a choice, and so I tried to keep those same habits, and I still don't drink. I still don't really drink more than 1 or 2 cups of coffee anymore.
Oops.
Like I used to just drink it all day, and now I just don't.
Yeah, so I mean, you just gotta find what'll work for you.
Yeah.
That could work for anything, not just coffee and not just cake. You can do it. I know there's a lot of people who drink sodas and want to kick the soda habit.
Sparkling water, I think, is really good for that.
Because it's really just tricking the mind. You just gotta remember that you gotta think about the fact that you just don't even think about the fact that you're not drinking soda, right? You're drinking something, and it's carbonated, and it can still taste. You'd be surprised after you stop drinking soda. If you try soda after months, you'll be surprised how not good it actually tastes. I did that with soda. The first time I stopped before 2017. 2016 was the last time. But before that, I tried for months and months. And then I tried soda again. I think it was Pepsi or Coke. One of the two. Oh, boy, did it taste awful. Oh, God. I was like, how did I couldn't even drink. I drank one sip. I just threw it away. I was like, I can't believe I just spent, $2 or something on it. I can't believe I bought that. Like, what? And then I was thinking, why did I even buy that?
Yeah, sometimes I'll like, I like ginger ale. But they actually have
very high sugar.
Yeah, but they actually have ginger flavored sparkling water too. It's not like one of the common flavors, but they do have it, and it tastes like fresh ginger, not like the crappy oversweet ginger that you get from like a ginger ale. It's actually really good.
Just tips for the my mom has a soda making machine. It's literally like a coffee.
It's called a soda stream.
Yeah, it's literally like a Keurig sort of. You put your cup on under it or whatever, and it's big. Yeah. You can put whatever.
And it carbonates your water.
Yeah, it carbonates, and it has.
And it does
different. They give you flavors that, quote unquote, replicate the sodas that you might drink. So Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and all that stuff. But it's the sugar content's incredibly low, from what I understand. I didn't really fully look it up.
I wouldn't.
The sugar content
better
in comparison is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's still that is a step down, which is what I'm saying. I say you can transition down, and then you can. Honestly, you would save money. So let's say you don't kick the habit and you start liking the Soda Stream better. Now you're saving money because of Soda Stream instead.
True.
Right, and then you can keep trying to kick the habit, and then once you get really good, just don't throw the Soda Stream away. Put it away somewhere. Right.
But your stepdad uses it, and he just does he literally just makes his own sparkling water. So all he likes is club soda. So he just.
Oh, so you can just do the sparkling water, okay, and then just put fruits in it, right?
Exactly.
But what I am specifically saying is that if you want to try to curb it and you're having difficulty doing that, use the Soda Stream, and you don't have to buy an expensive Soda Stream.
Yeah, but you don't have to It's not just good for that. It just carbonates your water too.
Yeah, so you can do lots of different things with it. Oh, okay, so you can keep it and just do transition in that. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. We should actually get one of those. All right, well we're getting one.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Soda Stream, if you're listening, you can send us one, and
we'll test it out.
And we'll test it out, and we'll post about it.
That's right.
But and so same thing. So he has been alcohol free for
over 2 years.
Yeah, over 2 years.
2 years and 1 month.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I still drink. I definitely don't drink as much that I did before I was pregnant. But
she's
one
less
of the
than 24
things,
hours alcohol free.
Yeah, okay. 1 glass of wine. But anyway, what helps me curb my, when I go out, I feel especially if I'm out with, a group of people or at, a work thing where everybody is drinking, I I definitely get like FOMO. I definitely feel like, oh my God, I have to drink. And it's definitely in my head. It's definitely just because like that's what our society has created to be these like social gatherings, is that like you're weird if you don't drink out with everybody else. I don't know. That's how I feel. So like mocktails are really helpful to kind of like curb that. So like even if we're sitting at home, and I'm like, oh man, I could like really go for a drink right now, I'll make us mocktails.
Follow a recipe, please. If you're gonna do mocktails. Christina here.
I tried to make one. It was so
Christina
bad.
Here. Any of you who follow us on social media, you'll know. But she made a mocktail, and the first one she made was so bad.
No, not the first. I will normally do like a sparkling water with either like a kombucha.
I'm talking about the one specifically you did that one day.
Okay, yeah.
This one
not like
day.
the first one ever.
No. This is one she tried.
Yeah.
She tried to make one. It was off of a recipe. We had a recipe.
I didn't.
But she didn't follow it. That's what I'm saying. She's notorious for that, by the way. But it tasted so bad.
Yeah, I didn't know how terrible coconut water was until...
It was awful. I feel like we've talked about this on the podcast before, too.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It was absolutely
Anyways,
terrible.
coconut water is not recommended for mocktails
not
unless
just
you
by
mix it with
itself.
a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. But anyway, that's really helped with when you feel like you want an alcohol like beverage, but you are trying to either cut back or completely quit. It's helpful, especially when you're out with people. Like, I'll just ask for like a ginger beer, and then I'll just like have them just give me like a glass, and then I'll just pour like a little bit in with like fresh lime, and then you can always like ginger beer can be pretty sweet, so you could always do it with like a little bit of that, some club soda to kind of like cut the sweetness, so you're not drinking all that sugar. But yeah, I just try something just so I feel like I'm not just drinking water. So
Yeah, that's a good tip.
yeah,
I like that one. That's for people who
are trying to cut some alcohol.
And on top of what you said, because it is probably more like a social norm that when you go out, you have to drink with all your friends. You really don't. That's not really a real thing. You really don't need to feel as though you need to drink because the rest of your friends are. So, just throwing it out there that you shouldn't have to feel obligated to do anything.
Yeah.
Including if you're hanging out with your friends. Now, and this has happened to me personally, and I'm not saying get rid of all your friends, but I've hung out with people who would continuously try to have me do this, do that, whatever it was, and I cut those people out of my life. I just couldn't, and it's not like they're not people who were like, hey, you know what, you should get into a fitness routine. Not those people. I'm saying stuff that negatively affects my life. And I cut the negativity out of my life. And I've done that several different times. No offense to any of those who are listening if I've done that to you. And I would say that is, and if you read any books on successful CEOs and all this stuff, or people who have fought addiction, which I have several times, and except for the cake, obviously, and coffee. And that one of the things they say is you gotta nix the negativity out of your life. Like, don't surround yourself with people that bring negativity into your life. Right? That's like one of the top things. I'm not gonna say number one because there's a million different things that could be number one, but it's one of the top. I would say top 10 things that they would say. So if you go out and you feel like you are just pressured into drinking or doing whatever it is, doesn't even have to be drinking, whatever it is that you don't really necessarily need to or want to do, you try. You don't have to cut them out, but I would limit the experiences with those people, right?
Yeah, I get, like, I don't know. For me, I don't ever feel the pressure from other people. It's an internal pressure. Like, I feel like
were saying you related it to going out with people. I'm saying, well, then limit the experience itself.
Yeah, like, so, again, it's not like, oh my God, you're not drinking tonight. Like, not that kind of stuff. It's like, I feel like, well, if everybody else is drinking and I'm not, like, I'm not going to have as much fun with them. And so, like, I feel like I obviously let myself have more fun and I let myself go more when I'm drinking, right? And it's always been more of like an internal pressure for me that I feel like, well, if I don't drink and everybody else is drinking, I'm really not going to have any fun with them and I'm going to be like missing out on these experiences. So
I understand that to an extent. Couple questions. If let's say you go out and you're everybody's drinking, I feel like I'm not going to have fun with them.
Yeah.
First question is, are you really having more fun, or do you think you are because now you're intoxicated?
Oh, yeah.
Good question.
100%.
Anyways, it's because you're intoxicated. So
yeah.
The follow-up question is, if you can't have fun with them while you're sober, like, are they generally people you would actually have fun with? I'm confused.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I get it. Like, I get all of those things, but I don't feel like I'm alone in feeling like this.
You're definitely not.
You know,
I'm not saying that you are. I'm genuinely interested in just. I think that's I mean, tell me if I'm wrong or kind of a butthole, but I'm not putting money in the swear jar today. But if you feel the need that you need a drink to have more fun with people. Mm-hmm. Those, I personally, this is my personal opinion, I feel like those people might not be the people you really need to hang out with. A lot of my friends, I can be completely sober with regardless of what's going on, and I can have fun with them. Well, actually, regardless of my mind state, right?
Drinking, I don't think it necessarily, again, I don't really think it has anything to do with the people.
Or you just saying the setting.
It's, right, like, it's that, like, we're in a setting where everybody else is drinking. And, like, they're going to be on a totally different level than you are sober. And so, like, I don't know if you've ever hung out with drunk people sober, but, like, you realize that 9 times out of 10, you look like an idiot. And, and so, but, like, you don't think you do when you're also drunk. And so, I don't know. I do think it's more the setting. It's not that I could totally go out to lunch with these people and have a blast and not be drinking.
I guess. But
if everybody else is drinking and I'm not, that's when it's the setting. It's not the people.
I see what you're saying.
You know?
I understand the setting.
So, like, if we hang out with your family and we're all, like, watching a movie and, like, eating ice cream, like, we're all getting along, having fun, but then flip that and we all go to somebody's party and everybody's drinking, but we're not. You know, it just is like, it's just a different setting. We get along less with people when we're sober and they're drunk.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. So.
How do we get into this conversation? Is this an obstacle?
Alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my tip for that would be if that.
I would say that's an obstacle. Like, how do you still?
Yeah. Well,
have fun
now that we just covered all of that, I'm going to give my personal and unprofessional tip. Is that if it's setting based like that, yeah, try to alter the setting, right? And I'm not. By no means am I actually saying get rid of all your friends. Don't do that.
That is what he was trying to say at first. Yeah.
No, it is not.
Until he understood my situation.
No, it is not. That's not what I was saying. I didn't say get rid of them. I just said don't hang out with them. Don't get rid of all your friends.
Just don't ever see them again.
I said negativity, right?
Yeah.
And if you feel it's bringing negativity in your life, just don't get rid of them. Thank you, fax machine. Awesome. Anyways, that's a fax machine. This is
You're receiving an important message.
This is a great answer the
oh my gosh!
phone.
I think we just got our question. No.
Is that our first question? No, that's we're probably faxing over our soda stream.
Yeah.
One thing that you could do in regards to that exact scenario that we were just talking about is, you know, if let's say you have a gathering every Friday and you're really trying to quit alcohol or just stop drinking so much, and you've already caved in and drank a couple different times during the week, right? Maybe try not to go out that specific night, right? Try to find something else to do, or pitch another idea to them. Go do something where you would feel less inclined to drink, right? A lot of times people are open to new ideas, so I mean, so if I had a group of friends and we were going out to the same place every week, and then somebody was like, "Hey, let's do this instead," and it was even semi-appealing, I'd be like, "Yeah, let's go do that instead of standing at a bar every week or a restaurant or wherever we hang out," right? So maybe just try to alter, or pitch a new idea to your group of friends or family, whoever it may be, to try something new. Maybe someone that you just don't feel inclined by the setting, not your friends, to drink. And then you don't have to cut anybody out of your life, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's I don't know. What do you think? Since now I'm the worst person in the world.
No, I think that
I have friends, by the way, people who are listening.
There's like 1.5 friends.
My wife and my daughter.
Yeah.
I do have friends.
No, I think that's good. So.
I wasn't very enthusiastic. Do you think it's good?
Yeah, I do. I think, but we've now exhausted the topic, so it's good.
All right. Well, this is run a little bit, so we're going to cut the episode here. But I do want to hear, and Christina, of course, wants to hear, we want your take on it. Mm-hmm. I want to hear what your thoughts are in regards to everything we just talked about. I'm not even going to recap it. So just...
or just like what obstacle are you overcoming now, and tips on what you think you should do, or ask us a question and we'll be happy to share our tips.
Yes, correct. We do a follow-up question answer every week after these episodes, so by all means send us your questions, and again, I am interested to hear about your experience, your setting experience, and what you think on the topic, so you can send those in. We'll talk about that too. And we will be back next week with that. So for those watching on Twitch or YouTube, all the information is here on the left. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna point? Good job. I even got the wrong one. It's always the opposite. And if you're listening on the podcast platform, you couldn't see any of that, but the description is underneath. We will be back August 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern, live on Twitch and YouTube. Mm-hmm. And that will be a follow-up question and answer. So send us your questions and comments. So we hope to see you guys there.